Hey friends, today we're going to talk about showing up in life by creating more discipline and more mental toughness. All right, I'm going to teach you a technique called Neuro Associative Conditioning that's going to help you change anything you desire in life. So let's just dive right in. All right, so in order to create this discipline and mental toughness, first you come up with an exercise to practice daily. Key. So let's say it's waking up early without hitting that snooze button, taking cold showers, exercising outdoors, joining a new martial arts gym, etc. Whatever it is, it's got to be outside of your comfort zone. Okay? That's number one. Two, it's got to be consistent. Like I said, preferably every day in order for you to truly experience growth. So, how does this look like? Let's start with why even do it. I want to take, for example, taking cold showers. It's similar to exercising your muscles in a laboratory, aka gym, a controlled environment to where you can place your muscles under stress so they grow stronger. Same with, well, how do we isolate our mind in a controlled environment, place under stress so we can get stronger? Hence, cold showers. So, by turning on that cold water, we allow the stress, doubts, fears, all these insecurities of an external environment to be placed upon us like that. What's going to happen in our bodies and our minds, we're going to want to escape, get away. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. You want to leave, you want to run. And you can experience this by standing there, by having enough discipline to withstand this suffering, this pain. You're finding that inner strength. You're able to find that inner peace even when outside of you is chaotic. This directly translates to real life. When everything outside you, work and relationships and people, they're all coming at you, stressors, and you want to just get away. Smoke a cigarette. Go watch some YouTube. Okay? Hey, look, I'm on YouTube. What I'm saying is, you got to find it first, that inner strength, before you got to deal with it internally. And this is a perfect way to do it. All right? Now, how do we do it? How do we stay consistent? Because once a month just is not going to work for us. So, step number one, you have to associate massive pain or what's the massive cost for me not to improve starting today. Look at yourself today. What's it going to cost me? What's it going to cost me in 10 years? If I don't change anything, if I don't start getting more disciplined, if I don't start becoming more tough, what's going to happen to me? What's that going to look? What's it going to cost me? Okay, that's huge. Paint a very vivid picture. Because then step number two is like, what am I going to benefit? If I start improving myself today, how's that going to look like in 10 years? If I start improving myself today, how am I going to benefit today? How is my life, my relationships, everything about me and my life, how is that going to improve just by me having more discipline, more toughness, more self-respect? You see, all of these start to relate together and all are changeable within your power. According to step number three. Go ahead, write this one down and slap it up because this is cool. This, according to science, we can rewrite our history. Let me explain. Our minds do not know the difference of what happened in the past versus what we imagined to have happened in the past. If you're tracking on this, hey, that's a key insight to already changing your life tremendously. Here's what I mean. Let's take, for example, in the past, you tried martial arts and you got beat up and scuffed up and looked like a fool. They mopped the floor with you. And so in your mind, you're like, gosh, I don't ever want to try something new like that again. Oh, it was embarrassing. It was downright awful. So you're telling yourself this, or whatever it may be in your own scenario, these failures. Okay? So what I'm saying is, play it about a dozen times. back and forth in your head of that same situation. I want you to play it back and forth. You can add animation. You can add music. Make it fun. But also make it to where you're playing it back and forth, back and forth. Make yourself come out on top. You see what you're doing there? You're rewriting history. Make yourself the successor, the victor, the one who, how do you want to look like? You want to look like a leader? You want to look like more courage, bravery, more compassion? This past, now, this doesn't give you a reason to lie, tell people actually it didn't happen. No, this is a personal journey for you to get better and for you to move forward with more bravery, more compassion, more understanding. Because now you're able to understand your own psyche. Not only are you able to introduce stress and handle it like a boss, matter of fact is, you've always been a boss. There's never been a time you haven't been a boss. For example, you understand? Extremely powerful. You just scramble up your old stories and make it look like you're all that and the bag of chips. Now, then we move on to step 4, and this is very crucial in order to actually make an effective change towards improving. And this is come up with the alternative. Okay? You have to, for example, let's say you get inundated with stress, overwhelmed, overworked. What happens? We break down, we fold up, and we go back to our old habits. Whether that be smoking, drinking, binge watching videos, whatever it may be, to kind of get out of our head, out of that stressful moment. What you're going to have to do is come up with a new way, a new alternative. Instead of something unhealthy, make it healthy. Make it a release. What happens when you take that first drag of a cigarette? You get a release. You turn on that video. It's like a release. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay? So you want to do that, but now instead of having to look for outside of yourself to hit that release, find again that inner strength, that inner peace, spaciousness. I love that word. For example, in the past, I still meditate, take a breath. All this is coming on me. I'm getting all crunched down. Wait a minute. Breathe in my belly. Yeah, do 5 breaths. Or do 20 push-ups. That's a physical release. When you get so aggressive and angry, just release it. It's going to help you come right back to the present moment instead of stuck in your head. This is key information for personal development and growth. It has to be effective. It has to be immediate. It has to be transportable. And it has to be within inside yourself, your own power. It could be reading too, something like that. But it's more effective, again, like meditation. You can watch yourself go through all these emotions, all these feelings. You can watch, same with that cold water. You can watch that stress come on you, and you can see how you are unchanging once you get to a certain level. Takes practice, takes time, I know, but you start today, 10 years from now, you are invincible, my friend. Step number 5, and it is the most important to stay consistent long term. For long term growth is going to be rehearse and reinforce. Here's what I mean. Let's go back to that cold shower, for example. Every time you take a cold shower, you should kind of give yourself, eventually you won't need to, because you already had, oh yeah, this is going to benefit me. If I don't do it, this is going to cost me. So eventually you're going to hop in that stride. But to start out over that getting used to it phase, reward yourself. Positive reinforcement. That looks like a pat on the back. You want to give yourself a sticker or a cookie or let's say, hey, I took a cold shower so I can, play a video game. Whatever it may be. But just the opposite, you got to have negative reinforcement. Now this looks like Okay, hey, I didn't exercise today, so I don't get to watch TV. You see, you want it to be pretty, something that's going to make you genuinely pretty happy and genuinely pretty uh, sucky. You know, like, ah, gee, I really want to do this, so that means I really got to do this. That way, you're like training yourself like a dolphin. All right. Now, dolphins are smart and they learn by positive and negative reinforcement. So do we, really. And we associate pain and pleasure to the things that we want to do and don't want to do. And if you want to seriously grow yourself, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. It just goes back to like sleeping in bed and you want to be all warm and cozy and hit that snooze button, you're going to stay stuck. In order for you to wake up, get disciplined, and move on in life and start building that momentum to create a life that is extraordinary, which everybody is capable of doing, it takes some toughness and it takes some discipline. So if you want like one-on-one, a more personalized way for self-improvement or to improve your life, shoot me a message. Or check out Rocky Meets Buddha Facebook group. I got all kinds of videos. All right. Until next time, my friends, we'll talk.